Oh yeah, it's that show, the show that you've been trying to watch. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pips, and I am, of course, the Lester Pips from the title. This isn't a situation like, say, in the movie, the Exorcist, where there's like a big demon that's got up inside my body and been like puppeting me around like it's the boss of the meat that I am. No, there's no demon inside me. No need for any kind of exorcisms. I am the Lester Pips from the title, and I am really coming to you live. Now, what you may be wondering is what's coming up later on the show. Well, I'll tell you. Way later, I was going to be talking to a woman who calls herself a roadkill ranger. Her name's Wynona May. We're going to find out what roadkill ranger means. We're going to be talking to Elizabath Conway, which we're going to find out what that means too. And we're going to be talking to a girl boss named Powlah. I can't wait for all of that, but I am going to make you wait for all of that because before we can get to it, we got to get to that intro song. Here we go.
Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps is the show that you're currently watching. It's about to start with his amazing guests, and they're going to tell you how to survive out in the apocalypse. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pips. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pips. I am the Lester Pips from the title. We are going to be talking to Wynona May, Elizabath Conway, and girl boss Powlah in a little bit. But before we get to that, you probably are sitting at your little house. Maybe you got a big house. I don't know, but you're probably sitting at a little house, looking at your computer, saying, "Who this guy? Why he talking to me about apocalypse? And what the heck is going on in the world right now?" Well, I can't answer that last question, but I can tell you who I am is Lester Pipps, world-renowned doomsday prep lecturer from Louisiana State University. I accredited myself. They didn't so much accredit me, but details. And the reason I'm qualified to talk to y'all about how to survive apocalypse is because before all them COVIDs got up in the air and tried to sneak into our bodies through our pores and become the sweat that we didn't know we needed. Before all that, I would go door to door to any open microphone situation, get my hands on that microphone and say, "Hey, stop doing comedy or poetry or bad music or whatever it is you're doing at this open mic. We got to talk about how to survive apocalypses." And for the most part, everybody would say, "Hey, thank you. Good job." People would sign up for my email list. And then I would say, "Oh, come on to my show. We'll talk to you about it, you know?" Anyway, I'm coming to you from the bunker in the backyard, underneath the backyard, I should say, of my ex-wife's house down here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, doing my best to bring everything that humans need into the future, which, of course, is me, my two current wives down here in the bunker, our rampant sexual connection with Idris Elba. Listen to past episodes if that piqued your interest. And obviously the recipe and all necessary ingredients to Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen spicy chicken strips. But we're not going to cover all the things that have been covered before, which is what I just said. Today, we're going to cover the most important thing to you, which is obviously what day it is. Now, if you listened to the show before, you know that my publicist does require me to tell you that, and so I will. It is September 16th, which, as everybody knows, is International Collect Rocks Day, which is true. Now, of course, I don't know how you celebrate Collect Rocks Day at your home, but down here in the bunker, what we've been doing is, so Claire has been chiseling rocks out of the wall, and then I've been saying, watch out, because if we like dig out of the bunker, then we're going to be back in trouble. You know what I mean? We want to stay in. So Tamara has been gluing those rocks back into the wall and calling that her rock collection. You could say we're going crazy down here, but you'd be wrong. We sane as hell. Look, I've told you enough about me. Why don't you tell me about you? If you watching live, throw any comments you got in the chat. Let me know what's up. Ask any questions of me or my guests, or just say hi. We want to talk to you. But if you listening at a later date, well, you can't do that because there's no chat function on a podcast app. Also, this already got recorded, so you just be sending your own messages into the ether. Nobody would be, don't bother. You could, I guess you could leave a review or something, but whatever. Anyway, it's time to get to my first guest. I'm so excited about this. Now, my first guest is a self-proclaimed girl boss, and her name's Powlah. And well, that's all I know, and that's all you know. And we're gonna find out more. Powlah, welcome to the show.
Oh wow! Thank you so much for having me. What power move? I'm on a show.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, welcome. Was excited to
Well,
talk
I
to you.
keep trying to move the screen and it keeps moving away from me. What's going on here? I'm trying to. What is this? Well, I'm gonna censor myself. I'm gonna do
Oh
it.
yeah. So
I'm
what
gonna do it.
I think what's happening is you moving your body as you move in the screen.
Oh wait, I gotta go opposite to power move. I'm
There
in
you
the
go.
middle of the screen now.
Yeah, right in the center. I like it. Power move. Is power move a kind of is that how you become a girl boss? You learn power moves?
Well, yeah, you gotta do a bunch of them in a row and then you might get a job.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
power move.
And Powlah, are you currently an employed person?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, is that something that you want?
Oh, I thought you wanted me to say more about it. You have other questions? No, I cut you off. That's not a power move. Don't interrupt people. Rude. Go ahead.
No, I don't want anything from you, but to just find out who you are.
I'm Powlah. I'm a girl boss.
Yeah. So tell me about that. What does that mean for you?
Oh, well, I think girl is usually an individual, of the female. Otherwise, something you could be a girl if you want to be a girl. You're a girl, but under 18, because usually that's when it crosses over to woman. I guess and then so girl, and then boss. Yeah. That's what's the biggest job you could have. What's the biggest job you could have, right? So
I think president of the whole galaxy.
Okay, well then that would be, I guess, the boss of the galaxy, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. What was the word that you said?
President of the whole galaxy.
Really long word. By the third syllable, I'm falling asleep. Call him a boss of the galaxy.
Ooh, I
so
like it.
There you go. So what are the two things we all want to be in life? Girls and bosses.
That makes perfect sense to me. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, right on. So, tell me about your journey to become a girl boss. I imagine, you didn't necessarily start out as a girl boss.
No, one time, I was just a child.
Sure.
And I was a child. I was also jobless then. Sometimes the past, it haunts you. And like not having a job in my past, it's kind of haunted me to this day. They said, "What was that gap in your resume?" And I'm like, "Oh, you mean my entire history?" So
you never had a job?
No.
Oh, Powlah. Well, hey, I mean that's okay. You could still be. What do you consider yourself the boss of if you aren't the boss of any employees?
Oh well, I think the term "girl boss," I think a boss is I think what a state of mind, and also it's people like titles, right? So
Sure.
just put your name on a like when you drop off, like when you Mr. Pipps, you drop off your resume. You don't. It doesn't just say Lester Pipps at the top, right? You have like a title. You're like King of the Cave Pipps, right? You put that on your resume, right?
King of the Cave is one of my favorite titles to use. It's either King of the Cave, Lord of the Underground, or occasionally I will say Doomsday Prep Lecturer, which is my official title.
Oh, okay, yeah. Whatever. It's on the top of your resume. If it just said your name, they throw your resume away. So you put all that down, right? And that's gotten you a lot of jobs, I bet, right? Power move.
Yeah, I haven't had a job since 2005, actually.
When did you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Oh, no, not a power move. Not a power move.
That's okay. That's okay. It's hard when you're doing the online stuff because talking over each other is just natural when you're not in the same room. But 2005, I quit my job as the LSU football Tigers video coordinator because Hurricane Katrina hit, and I realized, oh no, I found my true calling. We got to prevent apocalypses. We got to make humanity survive.
Oh wow, that you found your true calling. Well, that sounds like the biggest power move of all is like a self-actualization. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, my wife did get a job, come out from underneath the backyard, get out of the bunker. I'm divorcing you, and eventually she did. But I do think that it was me finding my calling, and it was a good thing.
Oh, that's good for you. You sound like a real boss. Like somebody who maybe employs people, gives people jobs and stuff. You hiring?
Oh, I'm interested in hiring people to help bring humanity into the future for sure. But at present, the door to the bunker did get blown up.
Wait. Pause.
Oh yeah.
Pause real quick. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Pause real quick.
Okay.
Shh.
Oh, I'll be quiet.
Shh.
Okay.
Okay, so here, let me explain what I just did, okay?
Okay, please, yeah.
All right. You and me, we're humans. I mean, I assumed, unless you're not a human, right? We're humans,
no,
right?
far as I know, every time I've checked, I do have human parts.
Great. So we're humans, right? And when we stopped talking, that was the past. And then we moved into the future. I can bring humanity into the future. So if you need to hire people.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, I have to ask, if this is becoming a job interview, which I'm very open to, what have you done, as in your previous role as girl boss? What have you done to prepare for the eventuality of an oncoming apocalypse?
Oh, well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for taking this interview seriously, because sometimes people, they don't understand that every conversation is a job interview. And that's their first mistake. That's an anti-power move.
Okay.
That's a depower suck. So yeah, I'm glad. And what was your question?
My question was, what kind of experience do you have that would be relevant to helping humanity survive an apocalypse? What have you done so far to prepare yourself for the coming eventuality of an obvious apocalypse?
What? Wait, is it the end of the world?
I mean, if you think about it, all them COVIDs being up in the air, trying to get up inside our brains, eat them out from the inside, it's kind of an apocalypse.
Oh. I'll be completely honest. I have done very little preparation for that.
Tell me, you're at least coming to me from a bunker.
No, I'm in my friend's girlfriend's apartment right now. I'm actually not even supposed to be here right now, so it'll be my personal apocalypse if she comes home. So
Okay, well that counts. That's you. So you have surely prepared for that personal apocalypse, yeah?
Oh, well, in the sense that I have 2 legs I can run. That's about, I think that's and I would take that level of thinking on your feet. Literally, I would put that in any job. So, I think, whenever you want to, bring me on a board on the team, bring me on your team.
Well, yeah,
hire me?
I don't know 100% whether, it'd be hard to hire you because we are currently, the door did explode. We can't get out of the bunker. So it'd be really hard to bring anybody in also.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't usually do it, but I'm calling you. I don't usually call my interviewers out, but this happens to me so often. The old catch and release. They say, "Oh yeah, we're hiring. We thought your resume was quirky. You called yourself a girl boss. We thought, this was being quirky." And I'm just like, well, you just teach me whatever quirky is. I'll be whatever you want me to be. You want me to be quirky. And then, we have the interview. And then by the end of the interview, they start telling me all this mumbo jumbo. They don't actually got jobs. They don't actually got a job for me. Isn't that crazy? How do you not remember that you don't have a job till the end of the interview?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
And that happens a lot. I don't understand it.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. I did think I had said something about the door being blown up at the beginning of the interview, but I'm curious.
Okay. Wow. I'm a girl boss. I'm not a gaslight boss.
Oh no.
So I just think if I don't have a transcript in front of me or nothing, but
okay. Well, the last thing I ever want to do is gaslight anybody. So, as Gray Laptop says, "Oh no, not that gaslight," which I completely agree with. And I will say, if there was transcripts, I don't know who'd be right and who'd be wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say, let's take a pause.
Okay.
And now we're in the future. That's the past. We can forget about it.
Whoa, look at you. Well, that's why you're the boss. That's why you're the boss.
Hey, I learned that one from you.
Wait, so am I to understand that you now work for me? Because I cannot afford to pay you.
Oh, no, I hope not. Because, let's see. Historically on this show, I have been Australian weddinged, which means somebody came in and said they wanted to marry me. All of a sudden we were married. And I guess it's possible that you could just become my boss if I'm not careful.
I'm teaching you. I just trained you.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
I'm not. I can't afford to pay you. You know, this
Oh.
is starting to get really out of control real quick. I don't even remember why I'm here anymore.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure I know why either, but I am curious, Paula. I mean, you clearly have some experience with interviews, and maybe there's something you could do for folks who may be trying to survive apocalypses about teaching people to take control of their situations, because you just took control of this situation. All of a sudden, you're my boss.
Well, yeah. Well, thank you. If you don't blow smoke, blow smoke up the boss's butt or nothing. Just because you're my only employee doesn't mean you're going to be employee of the month right here.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, what if you was okay? So you're my girl boss, but if you was like girl boss of a big company, what kind of perks would you give the employee of the month?
Well, you're already asking for benefits, and you've been working for 5 minutes. You are trying to ask me for perks and benefits. No. I literally don't even have money to pay you by the hour. This is getting out of control.
I'm just
getting out of control.
Oh, Powlah, I'm so sorry. At no point did I ever mean to imply that I was trying to demand anything from you. I just, I was just curious. Like, okay, let's take another pause real quick.
Okay. Don't try and bring it. I swear to God, if you bring us into the future.
Okay.
Don't you dare bring us. We better go into the past this time.
Okay. 5, 4, 3.
Is that how it works? You count backwards and you go backwards.
I was hoping it would work that way. I think it does. I think as of right now.
You know what? It's that level of innovation that we're looking for. Whatever I'm just hiring you for. It's that kind of that thinking on your feet.
Well, Powlah, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Like if obviously I work for you now in the past, but I am curious, like if you could have any kind of job you wanted, if you could be the boss of anything, what would you want to be the boss of?
Oh man, well it's hard to imagine something you've never had, so. Sure. It's hard to imagine. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I've never had in between all that, right? So, it's like you gotta get a job.
Yeah, that'd be a good place to start, yeah.
Which is like, what's that like, And then the job, and then honestly, there's so many. Like, you're trying to ask me to describe the face of God.
I mean, in a way, I guess so, because like everybody's God is their own personal goals in some way, I think. But like, no, not at all. I'm not just trying to get you to describe the face of God, just like.
Well, my God's getting a job.
Okay.
Is my personal goal is getting a job. My God is getting a job.
Okay.
What's your God? What's your job?
Yeah, my God is
your God. Who's your God? Who is your God? Are you godless?
No, I have a God. My God is Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen spicy chicken strips. Oh, I want to make sure that those exist in the future. I will protect them at all costs, and I pray to them nightly.
Wow, you got some weird priorities, man.
What? No, it's Louisiana culture.
Oh, okay. Well, don't go to HR about this, okay?
No. Oh, is there an HR at this company?
Well, I know there's an H&R Block a couple streets down. So that's I assume that's where everybody goes. But people only have problems in April. That's why they only ever go to the H&R in April.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah,
there's no other work problems any time of the other time of the year.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why H&R Block is just a place. It's the HR for all jobs. It's the human and resources block is what it stands for.
I think you're right about that. But Powlah, I am thinking now.
I've never been inside one, so I assume.
I haven't either, to be honest. I haven't either. But I am remembering now that when I asked you what girl boss meant to you, you did define girl as being a child. And then you identify yourself as a girl boss. So I have to ask you, Powlah, how old of a person are you?
Oh, well, that's a lady never reveals her age,
Sure, you don't have to. But I am curious. Is you a child?
Okay, well, I don't like being accused of a lie, but I have been known to buff my resume qualifications, I think when I said girl, I wanted the employer to think that I had a future. I was young and sprightly, and I had energy. You know, God, I want to tell them. You know, I don't. They don't need to know the first thing. You know, they don't need to know the age. And they don't need to know. They don't need to know. You know that I'm going to get the job, and the first thing I'm going to ask is, "What? God, I have some pains going on in my body. I really need to go see a doctor, you know. So it's once I get the benefits, you know, and get the healthcare benefits, you know. So when do I get to see the? So you know, when I put girl in my girl boss, it's mostly you know, like oh she's not gonna hassle us about her healthcare. You know, you gotta get the job.
Sure, yeah, you could have just said no, but that worked too.
Huh?
You could have just said no, but that was a great answer.
Well, my bad.
No, it's okay. Hey, it's okay. Look, you know, working for you for these last 10 minutes has been interesting, and I think
I do not. You better not expect a paycheck, okay? I have no money to give you.
No, that's okay.
For working for me.
I, honestly, generally, when I have a job, which I haven't for a long time, but there's like a goal we're working towards and a role that I fill, and in working with you, I don't know what we were trying to accomplish or what I was supposed to do to accomplish it. So I don't think I deserve to be paid, you know?
Okay. Well, good. Good. You're not getting shit.
Okay. That's fine.
I'm not giving you dick.
No, I didn't ask for your dick.
Oh, okay. I mean, I literally can't. So.
Oh, okay. Right.
You know? And I wouldn't because that's unprofessional, okay? I'm a good boss.
Then we'd end up at
I never. Not on camera.
Right. No, me neither. Yeah, no, me neither. Because for a little while, Tamara was talking about maybe the possibility of like, since we're stuck down here in the bunker, she was like, well, maybe, you know, there's a way to make some income online. And Claire seemed to be on board with it. But I was like, you know what? You two do whatever you want to do. But I'm going to keep this as something for the three of us, you know?
Well, you know, I like hearing about all your options. You know, good for you. Good for you.
Thank you. Whisperworld Live says Hulk, to which I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it.
What'd the Wiz say? What'd the Wiz say? He say
Hulk. I can't really read.
Hulk, I think it says New Rule.
Oh, New Rule? Oh,
that's
you're
like
right.
A little New Rule.
But listen, we've talked about this on the show before, but it is hard to read with sunglasses on. And now,
well, you know, your screen looks hella bright, and in the
what
in your glasses. I can see my own face through the sunglasses on your face through my computer screen. So this is like I feel like I'm staring into the Matrix right now.
A little bit. It's a little bit of one of those endless mirror situations.
Yes, a little, yeah.
Great Laptop has a question for you, which is, what are the health benefits of the apocalypse?
Is that a question for me or for you?
I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I'd find out what you wanted to say about it.
Sure. I'm, you know, any healthcare benefit. You know, I just need. I have several things growing on me. I need a pair of eyes on. I don't. It's really none of your business. But yeah, I need to see a doctor. And you know, if whatever, I would be interested in hearing what the benefits are too. I'm just saying. I'm just interested.
I think one of the health benefits of the apocalypse is that there's a lot less people. So if you do find a doctor, they have more time to spend on you. The downside is there might not be any doctors left. So if you know a doctor, bring them into your bunker. That's apocalypse tip number 1 for this episode.
Okay, great.
Doctor, bring them into your bunker.
Okay, well, you know, that sounds like that answered that question pretty good.
I think it did, yeah.
Right.
Well, Powlah, I do have another guest to get to. Do you mind sticking around and maybe, I don't know what employment opportunities might arise, but maybe you employ them, they employ you.
You know what? I'll stay as long as I can until my you know, person I met on the bus girlfriend comes back, and then you know I might stay on anyway.
I thought you said it was your friend's girlfriend's house.
Well, you know, every bus rider is a future friend.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
So
we do have to get to my next test, but you didn't like follow somebody home from the bus and break into their home, did you? Okay, my next guest is someone I'm very excited to talk to. Her name is Elizabath Conway, and we're going to find out what that means. Elizabath, welcome to the show.
Well, howdy do, Les. sir. It's Elizabath coming in live from the peninsula of Beverly Hills. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Wow. Elizabeth, this is Powlah.
Well,
Powlah, Elizabeth.
I'm done.
Wow, drinking in the tub is a power move.
Thank you. I have to admit, off the record, it's just cranberry juice because it's that time of the month. I call her Bettina. But I'm just here for a splash and a laugh. Maybe a glass and a half.
Okay.
Wow.
That's great. I mean, I know a lot of people like a good bath after a long, hard day. Are you cleaning off the grime and sweat of a difficult work day?
Oh, indeed. Well, I just love a nice warm tub to hold me like mother's womb. Let me tell you, I am just living my best life. I know. It's been a rough time for all of us out there. But I've just chosen joy this year.
Wow. Well, then that makes sense. I mean, that's one way to get through a tough time like a big apocalypse. Is just like take your time for yourself in the bath and hope nothing bad happens.
Oh, absolutely, Lester. Now, I know you brought me on the show, and I am very, very excited to all the. I am a culture critic. I write for the Los Angeles Observer. Okay. And I'm also a mother and a wife. I live up in Beverly Glen with my husband. His name's
Oh,
Tomas.
wow.
It's
Wow.
kind of
Yeah,
like Tomas, but with a watery twist.
Is it? In what way is Tomas a watery twist on Thomas?
It's a watery twist. It's like Tomas, but you get him into the bath, and who knows where his little toes will go.
Okay. So we did have a little bit of a connection thing, but I think what you said is that you are a culture critic for the LA Times. Is that right?
For the Los Angeles Observer. Ugh, the Times. What a rag. I wouldn't be my dad wrapping my baked potatoes in that. The Observer. That's the publication I write for.
So when you say you're a culture critic,
I also have 3 daughters, Lester.
What?
You want to know their name?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I mean, definitely tell me everything about you all at once. That'd be great.
Well, of course. I'm an open book. What do you expect? I'm just here in the bath, bearing all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my girls, I have 3 daughters.
Okay.
I have Meredith. She's my eldest. I have Annabeth. She's the middle child. And then Kelsey. Kelsey was a surprise.
And can I just, I mean, I don't want to assume anything, but let me just make a guess here. Were you a water birth and your first 2 daughters were a water birth and then Kelsey was not born in a bathtub?
Kelsey was born in the back of an Uber. Life's little surprises. Am I allowed to name drop on the show?
Do you consider Uber to be a name drop?
Have them call my publicist. I'd love to collab.
What?
Hey, I got a question. I got a question.
Yeah, please, Powlah. What's up?
Yeah.
Charmed, I'm sure. It's Elizabath.
Yeah, so that's right there is my question. Your name's got Bath in it. Is that like a superpower? Are you like a superhero that puts like your thing in your name, you know? Like the Riddler does like a riddle thing. You bath people or something. Like, is that like your thing? Are you like a hero?
Wow, what a good question. I mean, I try to be a hero to my girls and my daughters and all my faithful.
Do they have superpowers? Do they have superpowers too? Because they all got Bath in their names. Is that why Kelsey is Kelsey? Because she got no superpowers, so she doesn't get Bath in her name. Does she? Because she's kind of like a dud.
Yeah, can you and your first 2 daughters like shoot out suds from one hand and water from the other hand, wash anything?
And then Kelsey can't do it, so she's kind of like the one with the crappy name.
Yeah, she's kind of like the black sheep of the family, so you just called her Kelsey?
What a stupid name.
What a dumb name.
We hate her.
We hate her.
I'm gonna pretend you just said that and that you didn't insult my darling daughter on live, whatever this all is.
Oh no, but it's okay. It's the one that doesn't have the powers, right?
Yeah, she's bad. That's why she has a bad name.
Well, I'll tell you what, I wish her superpower was getting her homework done because honestly, I don't know how she's going to have a prayer of getting into college with these.
Oh, well, she's lazy too. Oh no, this Kelsey girl's problems.
Time. Kelsey's taken her time. But honestly, I should talk to my publicist because I believe I was brought on the show to promote my book.
Oh, that's why you're here. I thought it was because you were letting the whole world know that you was a superhero who could squirt water out of one hand, suds out of the other, clean the whole world.
Well, you should tell that to my husband, Tomas, because I think he believes that I do that. I mean, hello, the maid is not in this week. He expects me to pick up after him like a little toddler.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but please, yeah, tell us about your book.
I wrote a book. I know we're all baking our bread and, smoking a little meth during the quarantine. And I decided to be productive. I wrote my very first novel. Well, it's not a novel. It's half novel, half memoir, and mostly just a slice of life and some advice.
Okay.
We have an advanced reader copy here. If you would, my book, it's called Que Sera, spelled like the wine.
Of course.
Tips
and you are holding up a book with a wine glass taped to it.
It's interactive.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Each copy costs $59.95 to print. You could say they're all limited editions.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, the full title, it's called Que Sera. It's a little joke because it's about wine. Tips and tricks from the grapes of Bath, which is also another wine joke. And it's about living, loving, learning, splash of fun from time to time.
Oh, this book came out. Yeah, this book came out, right?
Did you cut out?
No, you did a little bit, but I do think the book came out. I think we.
Oh no!
This book came out, right?
What's happening with the connection, Lester?
Well, I don't know if you can hear us, Elizabath, but we are talking about how your book already came out, and we've definitely read it.
You've read it? Oh my God! Well, ask me anything.
Oh no! I wanted to say I didn't even know it came with the wine glass because I was at the bookstore and they were on the shelves. And there was all this tape on the books. I was like, why's the tape? But there were no glass. I think someone maybe just went in and took all the glasses off of them or something.
Oh, no.
Now I'm kind of bummed I didn't get a glass with mine. But I stole my copy, though. So, I guess I shouldn't have said anything, really.
I'm devastated. Well, I'll send you a wine glass for free if you want to write up a whole piece about me. As long as you promise it's not going to be a hatchet job like the last one.
I don't even have access to a publication, so no, don't even worry.
So I think you might be cutting out again, Elizabath, but if you can hear, were you saying that your last review was a hatchet job? Powlah, I think that Elizabath's internet connection needs some power moves.
Oh no. This, man, that sucks.
It stinks sometimes when the internet's like, hey, you know how you're trying to accomplish a thing? Well, I'm not going to let you.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gone,
She is, yeah. But you know what's fortunate? I do have another guest.
All right.
Yeah, let's talk to them. My next guest is somebody who identifies themselves as a roadkill a ranger, and I have no idea what that means, but her name's Wynona May, and we're about to find out. Wynona, welcome to the show.
Hey, well, Lester Pipps, how the fuck are you?
Oh, Wynona, I'm doing all right. And Wynona, this is Powlah.
Powlah, love the name, love the moves.
Oh yeah, thanks. Why not?
Yeah, Wynona. That's
not.
Lester Pipps. How's it going today? Thank you so much for having me on your show. I am a big fan, and I am excited to be here.
Yeah, well, excited to have you on. Now, you told me that you wanted to be on the show to let the world know about your work as a roadkill ranger. What does that even mean?
Well, wouldn't you like to know? Right? No,
Yeah.
like seriously, would y'all like to know? Okay, perfect. So a roadkill ranger, right? So like you got your trash men, right? And you got your janitorial staff, and then you got your park rangers. But who gonna pick up all the little critters on side of the road? Who gonna do that?
Yeah.
Well, they have somebody for that, actually.
Oh.
But I decided to take it up a notch.
Ooh. Okay, so like there is somebody whose job is to pick roadkill up off the road, but you decided you would do something one better. What could that even be? You don't have superpowers, do you?
I mean, it's been questioned for sure. It has been questioned. Well, I pick up the roadkill, but sometimes I make the roadkill, right? And then I take it home and then I cook it.
Okay. Oh, so you're just going out on the road, hitting like deer or maybe raccoon or possum or something, and then taking it home and cooking it?
That's right. That's right.
Okay, well, I guess that's in a way that's a service because like somebody has to clean up the roadkill that's on the road, I suppose. But it does sound like, oh, Elizabeth's back. Look at that.
Elizabeth. What a fox. Hey, Elizabeth. How's it going?
Hello, Wynona May, as I live and breathe.
Right, I know.
Life is just all about rolling with the punches, and sometimes you're gonna get wet.
That's what she said.
I did say that. That's correct.
I know, that's why it's so funny.
Wow, yeah.
Well, I know that. So it sounds like you are going out into the streets and just like taking out animals.
I mean, that's what it kind of sounds like if you put it on paper. But the thing is that, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, but I'm also taking the ones that are ran over, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm taking them home and I'm eating them, or I'm making them for people to eat and just trying it out. Because you know what? All this apocalyptic shit, you know who's on top when it comes? Me.
You. Oh.
Me.
Oh, this is your way of preparing for the apocalypse. You're learning how to survive off of random animals.
Well, I mean, I guess that's my way of surviving, but it's kind of what I've been doing my whole life. So I've just been known that, you know. But
it's just like what you like. It's just what you like.
That's right. That's just what I like. And everybody else is going to like it too. You know, as I tell you, is that you got to try a bunch of different things because they all taste different, right? They don't taste like fucking chicken.
Well, unless you run over a chicken.
Unless I run over a chicken, which is pretty rare. Honestly, you just cut their heads off right away. That's how you get a chicken. But I mean, it's pretty easy.
I guess that makes sense.
Right. But, you know, rats, they don't taste good, obviously. They're city folk. Sorry. I don't really like city folk that much. But squirrels. Now, squirrels, them some good eating.
Wow. Okay. You know, for me, like my go-to when I'm trying to eat food is, of course, them Popeyes Louisiana chicken, spicy chicken strips. But I do imagine that it would be possible to enjoy, you know, a food that is not that. I just haven't really done it before.
Well, you might have to do it soon. With this, you know, COVID, whatever the hell's going on. That's why I'm prepared, and y'all could come over here, and I just could cook you up whatever you want.
Okay, so this is like kind of like go ahead, Beth.
Could I make a recommendation? If you're looking to try something new on your palate, why not check out my favorite restaurant and my favorite expression, La Dolce Vita in Beverly Hills. La Dolce Vita, it's Italian for joy.
Beth, I think the two of you are coming from very different parts of the country.
Yeah, but, you know, she sounds a little bit like my sister. She's all fancy schmancy and fancy dancy and all that stuff. So you might know her and she maybe been there, but You know, it's just not my type, you know? It's just like really like getting in there and getting gritty, getting your hands dirty, you know?
Mhm.
Sounds like you could just jump into the tub, splish, splash around, find yourself among the bubbles. Just frost yourself, Wynona.
I mean, I'm not going to frost myself, but if somebody else wants to frost me, I mean, I might not say no.
You
You know?
strike me as a person who loves suds. Just getting a little so
Right, suds, sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I've tried that type of rodent before, but I'd be open to it. I'd be open to it.
Well, interesting. Now, I imagine that you've been spending time serving up your roadkill meats to various folks.
Yes.
Have you had like a hit favorite dish that people like? Do people buy food from you? Is that how it goes?
Well, I mean, buy is a strong word. There's a lot more of like a trade here where I'm from. But how this started out, actually, Lester, can I tell y'all a story real quick? Do we got time? Can I tell you a story?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, tell us a
It's a
story.
quick story. It's a quick story. See, you know, when I was little, we was living in the trailer park, right? I still live there. But they had a contest, kind of like the Fear Factor people, and they thought, oh, we're going to go over to them because they're nasty, and then we're going to see what they eat and stuff, right? You know, they make you eat the real nasty stuff. Like they say it's nasty, but I mean, you know, we were eating goat's balls and, you know, like chicken necks, just like regular stuff. And then it was getting into the squirrels and the rats, and everybody was falling off. And guess who won?
Oh.
You.
Wynona May. That is right. 12 years old, I won. And right then and there, I said, you know what? I'm going to quit school. I ain't going to school no more. And I'm going to be a roadkill ranger because it is my calling.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
over with a quail feather. What
Right. I know. Yeah, it's real deep. Yeah. So this one's deep.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
Hey, Lester,
yeah.
I had a question. If that's kosher.
Yeah. For me or for Wynona?
Oh, for the team. I mean, I was inspired because Wynona shared her story. I was wondering if I could share a story of mine.
What?
That was the question. This is like, can I talk?
That doesn't
Yes.
really sound like a question. I'm kind of with Powlah over here. It's not really a question.
That's just no, but the answers. I mean, it's got an answer. Yeah, tell your story. There's
Yeah,
just
let's hear it.
I'd love to tell a story if that's all right.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, question answered. It's all right.
I appreciate you, Powlah.
Beth, is it going to be a story about you squirting suds out of one hand, water out of another hand, cleaning up the whole world?
I mean, I wish.
Oh, okay.
But
Tell your story.
I realized earlier, I feel like my daughter Kelsey, she didn't really get the full shebang. I feel like she sort of got the short end of the stick because she doesn't have a name that ends in you know. Wynona.
Yeah, black sheep.
Pardon.
It's Wynona.
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 I
Yeah.
love how positive that is. Some people say why not, but nobody ever says why no. You know?
Yeah, well, Wynona Judge says Wynona, and you know, she is the best singer in the world, brought here by God himself.
Oh, what's your favorite Wynona Judd song?
I mean, there's just too many to pick. You know, it's just like I'm not gonna start singing it because that's extra, and you guys got to pay me for that because I do have a voice of an angel.
Oh, do you?
Good
Wow.
for you, man.
You
Yeah.
make money singing? That's so cool.
I do be singing. That's just a little taste. There's a little taste.
Oh, well, you know, as we talked about early on, neither I nor Powlah have any money to give. It does seem like Elizabath.
Yeah, I know. I mean, me neither. I got squirrels, and that's about it.
You know, Lester, something I'm really appreciating about this seminar is that everybody seems to really know their self-worth. I feel like I'm in a room surrounded by entrepreneurs.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. You know, and that's I think that's valuable for sure. Now I'm curious though, Elizabath. You said you wanted to tell a story and then did not.
Well, I was enthralled by Wynona's the potential to hear her sing, and then when she you know held held strong to needing to.
That's okay. You could just tell the story.
Sure, certainly. Honestly, I did want to hide my book earlier, but this chicken shit internet of the peninsula cut out. So really, just I wanted to, and I also felt as though my daughter Kelsey sort of got a bad rap in the bath earlier. But I just wanted to share a tale of something we did this summer while I was on the book tour, promoting Que Sera, Tales from the Grapes of Bath.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at colleges, right, for my daughter Kelsey, and trust me, they cost an arm and a leg. I mean,
Sure.
The college debt coming out of my ears, like overflowing in the bathtub after this.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but I am going to interrupt because it seems like your story was both a plug for your book and then B, a little bit of a complaint more than it was a story.
It's just not a story. I said that from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm full of stories. I'm a storyteller. I have a whole book. Ask me anything. I'm happy to share.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's see. So, when you are spraying water out of one hand, suds out of the other, cleaning the whole world up, do people feel like gratitude towards you?
Do people thank me for cleaning up the world?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking? I mean, yes, absolutely. They say, "Hey, Beth," which is what they call me for short. You're really worth it.
So you do have the superpowers then.
Unfortunately, I mean, we had to let the cleaning lady go during the pandemic. So yes, I'm wearing many hats in addition to this towel on my head. I'm a mother, I'm a writer, I have a book, I'm a storyteller, I'm a wife, and I'm also the cleanup crew. Can the lady get a break these days?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can have a break.
Sure. How about someone else?
Take a little break.
Yeah, take a break right now.
Okay, you look comfortable. Good for you.
Yeah, you came on this call in the bath, which I imagine was maybe a break already, but
yeah.
Please take a break.
That's very cool.
I was in the bath, but between the internet cutting out and the water damage to my laptop, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But I always say, "C'est la vie," which is French for "it keeps going," you know.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that that story kept going.
Good job. That's great.
Yeah, great job.
I like that.
You can read more in my book, Que Sera, Tales from the Grapes of Bath.
Oh, I don't know how to read, but yeah, that would be great if it was on tape. I would definitely listen to that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Wynona, you never learned how to read?
No, I chose not to learn how to read, Lester. I chose not to. Remember when I told you the little story?
Yeah,
And
about
yeah.
I did assume that you had already. It was a good story. I just assumed that you had already learned to read at that point. I didn't realize, like, how young of a person were you when you said, "I'm going to clean up roadkill for my life"?
I mean, like I was 15. So I was pretty young. Yeah, most people don't know how to learn to read by then. I mean, maybe like picture books, but not like novels or whatever them calls it. I don't know. I did learn how to read the Bible, but what I did is I memorized it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
well, that's impressive.
Sounds hard.
I know.
Yes.
It was hard.
Wow. What's your favorite Bible verse?
Oh.
You know, that's a great question. You should probably ask my sister that. Fuck. Okay, you guys, I lied.
Oh,
I did not memorize the Bible. I never read it, and I still don't know how to learn to read. But, like, please don't tell my sister.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, Wynona, I don't even know your sister.
Okay.
You know?
That's fine. I'm just asking you not to tell my sister.
I don't even know who she is. I won't tell nobody.
Yeah, I haven't even heard her
We'll keep it
name.
that way. We'll keep it that way. If she asks, I do know the whole Bible back and front, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but like, Wynona, why did you feel the need to lie to this group of strangers who you barely even know, who was just trying to get to know you?
No, I know. And, that's such a great question. And I do have God coming through me, but I don't know. I guess I just lied for so long about knowing it. I didn't know if this fancy lady with the towel on her head was going to know my sister. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe just eating squirrel my whole life. And
Is that a side effect of a squirrel heavy diet? You become a big liar?
it might be. It might be a side effect of the rabies too.
Oh, you
got rabies? That sucks.
Well, I mean, everybody does. If you eat roadkill, you just have to get over it. It's like COVID. People get it and then you don't get it, right? So that's exactly how it is with squirrel, and why everyone's going to come to me at the apocalypse, because I'm just going to keep on living. Sure, I might be growing a couple of things that weren't there before, but I'm going to keep on living. I think Powlah got some things growing too.
I was just going to say, that's crazy. You both have growths.
I heard her say that.
Oh yeah. I got a few of them. Look, I told you, Lester, this wasn't none of your business. Now you're bringing other people into this.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Powlah.
I just saw a connection between my two guests, and I thought maybe there was something to explore there. That's all.
It's all good.
I'd like to align myself with both of these strong women in the chat as well. I have growths myself. Growths. I explain them in my book, Que Sera Sera, Tales from the Grave.
That's why I picked up your book.
Yeah.
Your book.
And you didn't put it back.
Yeah, no. Well, eventually I'm gonna get to reading the whole thing. But now that I know I'm supposed to have a wine glass with it, I kind of want the wine glass.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna put in it.
Glass, you could have a glass and a half. Sometimes people even like go with a Quran.
Oh wow!
I had a question for the team, Lester.
Oh sure, okay, we can do one. Well, we got time for one more question. What's up?
All right, a question. Is this a real question, or is this an Elizabath question? You guys know what I'm saying.
I got a question for the group.
No. It's a question. It's not a story. If you want stories, you have a copy of my book. No, my question is for you, Wynona, because I felt like I was picking up on a little bit of insecurity when you're talking about not actually knowing the Bible, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
You or put you on the spot. But I'm just curious as a cat. I mean, in the Bible, one of my favorite parts is talking about the Last Supper. What would yours be?
Well, God, this is I know you're curious as a cat, but this really is putting me on the spot here.
Well, there's a whole Bible to remember, That's tough. There's a lot of stuff that happens in it, right? I've never read it, but it sounds long.
Well, it's a long ass book, okay?
Yeah, you can't really pick a favorite unless you can remember each and every line,
Yeah, it's kind of hard to remember each and every line. I mean, I did think that, maybe there was some kind of a bush that was on fire, and that was cool because I like fire. I make fires all the time.
Sure.
So maybe that's the part that I like the best.
Oh, well, okay. I'm so glad. I was just making it a personal question. If you could have a Last Supper, what would it be?
So like if you were going to jail and you're going to die and they were going to feed you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you were going to be the next coming of Christ. I mean, the sky.
I understand.
Jesus lets you have one last meal.
My apologies, Elizabath. That took me a moment to, get my little noggin.
Well, this is a really good question.
All about it.
Okay. Am I answering this? Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah, this one's for you.
I'll go first. I'll be quick. I know I'm long. Okay, I'll be quick.
No, yeah, and definitely don't keep saying stuff that's not the answer to
Yeah. Of course. So, I know most people would say filet mignon, and I have had that before. And
they say it different, but yeah,
it is good. I've had it, and I'm not going to say the obvious choice, which is squirrel.
That's what I was thinking you might say. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Something a little bit more delicate, right?
Sure, like a venison or like a skunk.
It is a skunk, Lester. You got it right. Once you get past that smelly pocket, there is some real good meat in there, and you can make a little sauce with that too. Don't knock it till you try it.
Wow. Okay. Have you tried it?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, absolutely.
Okay, all right, okay, just checking. Well, I mean, now that we're talking about this, I mean, obviously, my last meal, of course, would be the Popeyes Louisiana Chicken Spicy Chicken Strips. But Powlah, I'm curious, if you had a last meal, what's a girl boss want for food?
Oh man, I'm thinking like a sandwich.
That's a good
Oh,
answer.
Okay.
Good answer.
what kind?
Oh wow, I get to choose.
Follow-up question.
God, this got really hard. It's still like well, definitely bread. That'd be bread.
That's a good start.
And then I mean, I've had sandwiches that are just bread sometimes. And if there was stuff inside it, that would be real cool. I just feel like if Jesus is coming, he's gonna let me have a last meal. I'm trusting him with the second coming and stuff. I think I'm gonna trust him to make me a sandwich. I think I just let him make it and just see what's in it.
That's a good call, because I mean, if he can turn water into wine, he could turn bread into a sandwich.
Well, yeah.
Powlah, I'm gonna say it. I don't know if anyone's told you this before, but you're kind of a girl boss.
Who are we talking to? Which one?
Talking to you, Powlah.
Oh wow! Sorry, Elizabeth. I'm the girl boss.
I mean, to be fair, Wynona didn't say I wasn't a girl boss. I'm more of a girl.
That's true.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
I've seen a lot of places have multiple bosses. They have sometimes they have at least 3.
Wow.
So sorry, Lester. You got to stay in the cave.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all's the girl bosses, then I can just be the man boss.
No?
Not in this economy.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good answer. See,
Yeah.
she'd be the boss that says stuff like nice and correct, and then then I'd be like, no, get out of here.
And then I get the job done.
There you go. Someone has to do the actual job, but I don't know. I think Elizabath and myself would be so busy firing people, that
Hour lunch down at the club.
That makes sense. Well, y'all, I mean, now that I don't work for you anymore, I can say we're coming up on the end of the show.
Wow.
Wow, how convenient! You lose your job. You want to stop the show.
Wow. Yeah, and you're not the first guest to say that I use the end of the show as a way to get out of something. But I don't. I swear. I don't. I swear. I don't.
All
but
right,
I do
sure.
Okay. But I do have to get to a very important part of the show, which is any last words for the audience, Wynona May? Anything that you might want them to find on the internet?
Well, I just want them to know, make sure you get a blood test before your first marriage. 9 times out of 10 is going to be your cousin. That's it.
Wow. And Wynona, I mean, nothing that you've said so far had anything to do with marriage or your cousins. So I'm surprised. This is shocking information to get at the end of the show. But did you accidentally marry your cousin?
I mean, that's classified information.
Okay.
But there's a chance. I'm not going to say I didn't marry my cousin. Not going to say I didn't.
Okay, well, on that note, is there anything that you would want folks to maybe find on the internet? For the folks listening to the podcast, you might want to say what's on the screen.
Find me some new recipes. You can follow me on Pinterest, and I put all my squirrel recipes on there, how to get the skunk scent, sauce on there and everything. And you know what? I'm going to hit up Elizabath because I think it's time I write a book too.
Let's come out and give you some tips and tricks. My piece of advice: just add water.
And then you told me before the show that you wanted to let folks know that they could find this girl you like at Sarah CC Summers on Instagram.
That's right. She is the funniest motherfucker I ever seen. Wow, what a cutie!
All right, well, great. Elizabath Conway, same question for you.
What was it? A question or a story? See, I can laugh myself too.
Yeah, just any last words of advice for the audience, or anything you want to leave them with, or anything you want them to find on the internet.
Any last words of advice? While reading a quick excerpt from my book, Hey Sarah, Sarah, Tips and Tricks from the Grapes of Bath, read several stories in today's newspaper. Circle any surprising word, especially one you are not used to seeing in the news. You can learn all that when you buy my book, Hey Sarah, Sarah, Tips and Tricks from the Grapes of Bath. It's interactive with your own personal wine glass. And
Wow.
in case you were looking for a laugh and a half, there's this very funny, silly lady I follow on Instagram too. Her name's Miss Elizabath Content. What a card. She's full of
Ha
surprise.
ha ha.
Uh-huh. Great, awesome. Well, thank you so much. And next, of course, Girl Boss Powlah. Any last words of advice for the folks at home? Anything you want to find on the internet?
Oh, I guess just try to keep your job. I guess love is good, but I've always been more of a career girl. I've been chasing jobs my whole life. So I think like if you're hiring, you could just like I don't know, like let me know and stuff. And if there's like healthcare benefits and sandwiches, you should let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great call. Is there anything that you want folks to find on the internet?
Oh, no, don't go on the internet. Don't search me on the internet. I don't want that. What are you doing on that? I've never done anything wrong in my life. Are you trying to tell people to go on the internet and Google me?
No. Just there's this you did say before the show that you like this girl on the internet.
Yeah, there's this girl who looks she looks like me, and she's really pretty. So you should follow her because if you want to follow me, you can't. I'm not. I tried to wipe everything I could, but you should follow Chelsea the Pope. She's an attractive lady. I've never actually watched anything of hers with the sound on. I'm usually in public, but there's something about like something about her teeth. I don't know. I just really like her face, and I think you would too. I think a lot of people would if they followed her. They I think follow her.
I mean, I think that I've actually seen you on her channel before, which is crazy. Yeah, maybe she's got videos of you on there somehow. But
no, don't follow her. No, you guys don't. No, don't. Whatever you're watching, don't be watching that. Okay. Oh no, I went through a phase where I thought I could give people one piece of advice only. Uh-oh.
Well, I think that they should take a look. For me, I will say, and that was a smooth segue. And for me, I will say, I'm at Lester Pipps on all the things. My publicist is at Ezra Partier on Instagram, at Ezra Potter on TikTok and Twitter. And one of the things my publicist is publicizing right now, real hard, is the Daily Misinformer. It's a podcast. It's a TikTok channel at Daily Misinformer for all your news satire needs. That's it for the show here. I'm going to say bye to Pentagram Spawn, who said bye in the chat. I'm going to say bye to Power Moves One, who said bye in the chat. I'm going to say bye to Whisworld Live, who said thanks y'all in the chat. And bye to all of you. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Bye.
Pleasure's all mine.
It's that important time of the show where we leave the internet.
That was the show. Now we did it. You know how to survive an apocalypse. So now we're gonna talk about saying thank you to you. Thank you for watching the show, and thank you to these guests for doing the thing for you tonight or today. And also thank you to the Pack Theater for hosting. Now it's time to say, get out there, survive, and make humanity proud.
You can find the show at Lester Pipps on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also find all the video archives on EzraParter.com/LesterPipps. So please like and subscribe and all those things.